They laughed when I lost everything. So I built something they could never touch. My name's Ethan Torres, 29 years old. Up until a few months ago, I thought I had my life pretty well figured out. I wasn't rich. I wasn't flashy. But I was steady. I had a decent job in tech. Nothing glamorous but stable. Paid the bills, gave me structure. I had a modest apartment in a quiet part of the city. I had a girlfriend, Mia, who I'd been with for nearly 3 years. We weren't perfect, but I thought we were solid. I believed in slow growth, in building something real over time. Not chasing fast money or hollow highs, but showing up, putting in the effort, and staying grounded. I thought that kind of consistency meant something. I thought I meant something to her. Turns out I was wrong. It all started on an ordinary Tuesday. No warning. No sign from the universe. My manager called me into his office, shut the door behind me, and read from a printed sheet of paper like he was reciting a weather report. No eye contact. No humanity. Asterisk, due to restructuring. Today will be your last day. Asterisk. 5 years gone in under 5 minutes. Just like that. No thank you. No handshake. Just the sound of my ID badge hitting the desk and the quiet rustle of a cardboard box filling up with the pieces of my career. I didn't feel anger. Not yet. Just silence. Like someone had flipped a switch in my chest and turned off all the noise. All the color in my life drained to grayscale. I sat in my car for almost half an hour, staring at the dashboard, trying to convince myself it was a glitch in the simulation. That maybe, if I blinked hard enough, I'd wake up and still have a meeting tomorrow. But no one came to stop me. No one said it was a mistake. Eventually I drove home. When I walked through the door, Mia barely glanced up from her phone. I told her what happened. My voice was calm but brittle. I wasn't even looking for sympathy. Just acknowledgement. But when I sat down on the couch and the reality hit me, this pressure in my chest, this weight of failure, I broke. Not loudly. Just that quiet kind of crying where your whole body caves in. No sobbing. Just the slow, breathless kind where tears slip down and your muscles stop holding you up. And she laughed. She actually laughed. Then she said it. Words that will stay with me for the rest of my life. Wow. Real men don't cry like that. You sound pathetic. I didn't know how to respond. My ears went hot. My face burned. And that's when her brother, Trevor, walked out of the hallway. I'd forgotten he was staying with us for the week. He looked at me, saw the tears still clinging to my cheeks, and said, "Seriously, man? You lose one job and fall apart. No wonder they cut you. Zero backbone." They both laughed. And I sat there frozen. But something shifted. Not the numb shutdown I felt after being fired. This was different. This was colder. In that moment I saw everything clearly. They didn't respect me. They never had. All the subtle jabs. All the backhanded compliments. The way she talked up Trevor like he was a genius, even though he couldn't hold a job for more than 3 months. Meanwhile I was mocked for feeling. For being vulnerable. For being human. So I stopped crying. I stood up. I didn't yell. Didn't defend myself. I just nodded. Like I'd finally heard the truth in stereo. That night, while they scrolled through TikTok and laughed at whatever, I sat in the spare room and opened a file I hadn't touched in over a year. An old project. A digital tool I'd started coding to help freelancers organize their work. Back then I shelved it because of long hours at my day job. But now I had time. And I had fuel. While they went out for brunch, while Trevor played Fortnite all night, I went to war in silence. 12-hour days. Coffee. Code. Sleep. Repeat. They thought I was depressed. Mia tossed out comments like, "Still playing tech, bro? How's the unemployment hustle going?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. 2 weeks later I launched the beta. Caught fire. Freelancers were desperate for something that just worked. Simple, clean, efficient. Word spread fast. 1,000 users in the first 5 days. Then 5,000. Feedback rolled in. LinkedIn DMs from investors. Product managers. Recruiters. Venture capitalists. Still I kept quiet. To them I was still just the guy who cried when life got hard. But online, I was building something real. And then Trevor noticed. He started hanging around the spare room. Yo bro, maybe I could help with marketing or like socials. Played it cool. Mile. Asterisk, yeah maybe. Let me think on it. Asterisk. Behind the scenes I was talking to lawyers, setting up an LLC, drafting contracts, preparing for scale. Mia had no idea. At dinner, she cracked a joke again about me being her emotional, unemployed boyfriend. And this time I laughed with her. Not because it was funny. Because I had 2 acquisition meetings lined up for the next day. And she didn't have a clue. The deal closed on a Thursday. I'll never forget it. Sitting across from my lawyer in a downtown cafe. Watching the notification hit my phone. Funds transferred. Company acquired. I had just sold my startup to a mid-sized tech firm for more money than I'd ever seen in my life. No big celebration. No Instagram story. Just a quiet walk to my car, a small smile on my face. On the way home I picked up takeout, Mia's favorite, and a slice of cake. One last normal night. The next morning, Trevor stumbled into the kitchen. Messy hair. Hoodie stained. Eating cereal like he owned the place. Still playing around with that little app? I looked up. Not playing around anymore. I sold it. He froze. Wait. Like sold. Yeah. Got acquired. His jaw dropped. So. Like am I in the company now? Since I helped and stuff. Smiled. You were never in the company. I just let you think you were. But. I've got that on my resume. Then you might wanna update it. Because starting today, you're cut off. His face collapsed. And that's when Mia walked in. What's going on? She asked, her voice tight. I turned to her calm. I sold the company. Mout. And your brother. He's out too. She stared at me. Speechless. Trying to process the shift. She followed me outside, her voice rising. Why didn't you tell me? You made this huge move behind my back. I looked at her, really looked, and all I felt was distance. Not hatred. Not sadness. Because when I was at my lowest, you mocked me. You enjoyed watching me struggle. That wasn't love. That was convenience. She shook her head, reaching for excuses. It was a joke. You're being sensitive. I gave her one final look and said, exactly. And now I've built a life that doesn't include people who treat pain like punchlines. I packed my things the next day. No drama. No yelling. Just boxes. Silence. Clarity. I moved into a quiet apartment in the city. Clean. Peaceful. Green. And I kept building. More tools. More offers. More investors. All because I took the pain. And instead of letting it crush me, I turned it into fuel. As for Trevor, last I heard, he's still telling people he worked at my company. And Mia, she messaged me a few weeks later. Said she missed me. Said she was proud. I never replied. Because I'm not building for validation anymore. I'm building for peace. What did you think of Ethan's story? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if this hit home, don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful stories about growth, revenge, and redemption.